Hello, my name is Kat Barrell, and I am the owner of Call of the Wild Energy Therapy. So I thought I'd give a little overview of my greatest passion in my work, what I was originally led to follow and to begin was a journey with horses. I took my first Reiki class in June of 2013, and I moved as quickly as I could through the various levels of Reiki. But in that first class, at the first break, the instructor said, "Oh, and you can do Reiki with animals too." And she had a book on the stand that I went to look at during the break, and I immediately felt called to open the book to the horse section. This is really interesting because I do not have a horse. I do not ride, and I do not wish to have a horse or ride in the future. I was a person that I did ride horses when I went to summer camp as a kid, and what I enjoyed most was just being with them in their stall. I didn't actually enjoy the riding at all because I felt like I was manipulating them to get them to do something, and it just didn't feel right to me. But grooming them and bringing out the sheen of the beauty of their coat and just being with them in their stall was something that was my favorite thing to do at summer camp. And if I could, I would have skipped the lesson and just done grooming and being with them. So that all culminated in me eventually launching my business, and with a specialty in equine energy work. And what I've learned, the horses are wonderful teachers for me, and though I started with Reiki as a energy modality to get started, I ended up adjusting it slightly because the horses didn't actually like it that I was kind of placing the symbology of Reiki onto them. They were communicating to me like, "What are you doing?" They just wanted pure source energy, and they knew exactly what to do with it. And that's a big finding that I have out of my work with, at this point, I have hundreds of sessions that I've done. And they know exactly what they need. So when I connect with them, I will have up like a picture of them here in my office, and I connect with them ahead of time, and I do my work either through distance, so I could be here in New Hampshire and a horse could be out anywhere in the world, or I really do enjoy my in-person sessions that I do with horses. I'm with them for about an hour. And ahead of time, I connect with them, and I use a pendulum, and I also have dowsing rods that I use with horses. And I have all sorts of charts. Here's an example of one. This is my specific measurements chart. And these are things like they have on it vibrational level, mood, energy health, entities or energy blockages, psychic cords, polarity, masculine, feminine balance, chakra measurements. All of these things, the horses tell me what they want me to know for measurements ahead of time. And then I have a separate chart that is the suggested tools. They know exactly what they want me to do when I work with them. And these are things like, obviously, energy work. There's a system called the emotion code that I can do with them using a magnet to release emotions that are ready to be let go. Use of essential oils and flower essences, crystals. I have a whole crystal team, and the horses will specify which types of crystals they want me to bring for the session, and each of them has a different method by which they receive crystal energy. So I just follow their lead as to how they want me to deliver that, almost like an infusion. Card readings, I am a card reader, so sometimes they will use oracle cards or the tarot to relay messages to their owner or rider. Copper tools. I have various copper tools that are excellent conductors of energy and can help to release blockages or set up an energy grid within their stall while I'm doing the energy work. It's like they amplify the energy. Dowsing, that's use of various charts. I have whole books of charts. And again, they lead me right to the chart that they want to give information through. Smudging, that is using sage kind of as a way of cleansing, and either they sometimes want that in their environment, or oftentimes it's just for their energy field to really freshen the energy for them. I have a crystal singing bowl as well as a crystal tuner, and I'm hoping to invest in tuning forks here shortly. Certain horses really like sound. Not everyone. Some of them find it incredibly offensive. So they tell me if they want that, and we do that together, and their response is always very interesting. The way sound therapy works is, it emits an energy tone that has its own vibration to it, and then the horse's energy has really, like coming into resonance, it has to meet it. It has to meet together. And so the horse's energy raises to a place of being in resonance with that tone that's being offered. And I mentioned environmental cleansing. If they feel like the barn itself needs cleansing, that there is a lot of kind of dead weight energy or problematic, confusing energy in the air, always energy spinning, and so sometimes they want a cleanup of that. So I do want to say, horses, their job is to be healers, particularly those horses who are ridden. They are pulling blockages out of the human being who is on their back. They also pull blockages out of people who work with them, people who may be grooming them or feeding them. They are highly tuned to the energy of humans, and they work particularly well on the sacral chakra within the human, which is just below our belly button, bringing forth a sense of freedom and passion. And they very much want to erase or dissipate in some way the sense of fear within humans. That's why they're big, they're powerful, and they can be somewhat erratic at times. And so they're really pushing the envelope with humans to help get rid of this overwhelming sense of fear, and coming into a place of, riders do extremely well if they have a sense of strong self-worth and self-confidence around anything that they're exploring with their horse. And the horse really takes their cue. And meanwhile, the horse is doing their job as a healer to literally pull down those energy blockages within the human, and they ground them out, I call it, down through their legs and out their hooves. And that's why horses who have perpetual hoof issues, they're getting clogged there. They're not able to have clear intake of energy and getting rid of, putting back into the earth to be renewed and rejuvenated. There's a blockage there. So those horses will often see extreme, hoof issues occurring regularly. Another area where they release those energies from humans is through their teeth. And I've, more recently learned many horses have, particularly if they have these kind of swirls, I call them whirling dervishes, when they have swirls right in the third eye area on their head, top of the forehead. That's an energy intake point as well. So those can get clogged over time. They do tremendous work all the time. And they are very much wanting to be a partner with humans in this way. as healers, as helpers. And it's why so many feel so good after they've ridden their horse, is because the horse has done their job of pulling these energy blockages out of their human. So it is my greatest joy to work with horses. They light me up, I light them up. It's a win-win situation. And I'm happy to talk more with anyone who may be interested in that. Pricing and such is on my website, callofthewildenergytherapy.com. And I do in-person sessions as well as distance. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.